So now that we have created our coins and magnets, now we should create a particular jetpack for our player to kind of remain in the air without any obstacles. So that is going to be, I mean, it won't take long, but I'll try to keep it simple. So let's get rid of these, and okay, let's make sure that these have been applied correctly, because we don't want to lose the scripts. So now let's add something. I'll just add a capsule for this. I won't be, creating a model and doing weird stuff. I'll just add a simple capsule, and this is going to be my jetpack. Actually, we can make a jetpack out of this. Yeah, there we go. We almost have our jetpack. So I'll just create a cylinder. Actually, let's just remove the rotation, and then okay, that's pretty big. Maybe we should just make cylinders instead of capsules, because cylinders look more, better. So I'll just add a cube. Yeah. This doesn't look like a jetpack, but just bear with me. I'll just update the models later on, but these are going to be the basic models that we will be using in this video. So there is our jetpack kind of thing. So yeah, there we go. That's enough for the jetpack professional model. So let's just make an empty object and bring it out, and then I'll call this jetpack, and these are going to be children of this, and this jetpack is going to be somewhere around there, right in front of our player, so that we can test it. And this would be rotating something like this. So we'll just add a quick FSM and just say rotate, and this is our y-axis. That's too much, I guess. Yeah, let's just say 45 degrees per second every frame, and then I'll hit play. Let's see how it looks. That looks cool. Ouch, the player hit it. And the colliders should be triggers. So let's go to the box collider and the capsule collider as triggers. Actually, we don't need these capsule colliders anymore. So this is going to be our jetpack kind of thingy. So this is a little bit slow, so I'll make it 80 so it looks cool. There we go. So it looks kind of cool. Let's add in some good colors for the jetpack. I'll just drop this as a prefab, and I'll just add some materials, material, and material. Actually, we don't need those many materials, but only 2 of them. So I'll select the jetpack, and I'll just drop this material over that, and I'll set this something to green, since Subway Surface has the same kind of, you know, greenish jetpack thing, I guess, as far as I remember. So I'll just give these some, okay, these some orange. Okay, that's horrible, but still. And this is kind of non-symmetric, so let's just go back to jetpack and hit apply. So now that we have our jetpack kind of saved, let's hit apply, and you can see it here. There we go. Okay, our jetpack looks so weird. I didn't notice that. Okay, I'll just copy this goddamn scale. Okay, wow. And just paste. Yeah, thank God we have some symmetrical kind of stuff. Now we can see that it's cool. And we can even add the same jetpack. Actually, we'll create 2 jetpack prefabs. So one is going to be a collectible, and the second is going to be stuck at the back of the player. So we'll just try to simulate that as well. So we'll just create a prefab over here. Okay, prefab, and I'll call it jetpack underscore player. So I'll just drag this in over there, and this is going to be rotated over like that, and it's going to be stuck at the back of the player, something like that. That looks cool, I guess. Yeah, and this jetpack player would consist of a particle system emitting and this is going to be something like that, and we need this to be somewhere there. Sorry for the weird music. So the start size would be something like 0.5, and the duration would be 1. It would be looping, but let's say emission is something like 50. Shape is going to be a cone, but the radius would be small. Okay, that looks weird, but it's okay because we are not focusing on art. Yeah, something like that. That looks cool, I guess. But that is too much. Let's just say 0.5 or 0.1. I mean 0.1 is going to be the time frame, and the rate of emission is okay. Maybe we should adjust this instead. The 0.3 is good, so I'll just go to colorable lifetime and I'll just set this to complete. Okay, that looks cool enough for this part. I'll call this emission, something like that. Okay, that didn't even save it. Yeah, and this is going to be our jetpack player. Maybe we don't see. Yeah, there we go. So that looks cool. Let's just go back to make this work. So I'll just make this a child of the main player, and this is not going to contain any rotate function, so I'll just disable this and hit apply, and I'll just create an empty object and drag it out. I'll just say jetpack underscore position. So now I'll apply this and delete. So now we have a reference position for the jetpack. Whenever the player picks up the jetpack, it can be spawned in the jetpack position. So that would be a cool feature. Now we'll just go back to jetpack and then we'll go to cube, and then add a quick FSM. I'll just call this trigger event. On trigger enter player, we will send an event, and that's finished. And this finished event is going to activate, or just say spawn, not spawn, create object. Yeah. So otherwise we'll just make an event, a global event for the jetpack in the player. So I'll just remove this and say send event. So I'll just go to event target game object FSM, specify game object globals player, and now we'll go to player. First of all, let's save, and then let's add a quick FSM. we'll call this Jetpack, and in this, actually let's deal with this. Yeah, we'll get to that later. So in this first state, we'll just call this idle, and we'll open up a new state and global transition not finished. Let's say something like jetpack, I guess. So this is going to be a global transition. So I'll just delete this transition. So now if I go back to the cube, so the player FSM is jet and the event is jet. So I'll just say jet. So and then it's going to send that event once, and it would disappear. So it's going to finish and scale, set scale of the owner, which is the jetpack. Actually, not the cube, the jetpack. Scale every frame is vector going to scale from scale to 0. Is type linear. Let's just leave it like that, and that's it. Here we destroy it. So let's just save it, apply, and then hit play. And then if we go back to player, you can see that this state will be triggered once we walk in. You can see that. So that is cool. And we have a wrong prefab instance right here. Okay. We don't need this FSM right here. Let's just delete this and hit apply. Let's see if, okay, that did not work. Jetpack, cube, where's the cube? Okay, there we go. So we finally recovered. Okay, Unity got stuck. I don't know why. Let's just, yeah, there we go. And I didn't save it, so let's just get back and see where we would, go back. I don't want to send that. So I'll just resume this whenever Unity pops up. Okay, so I just found out what was wrong because I was using two instances of the Jetpack prefab, so I just ran into some bug and Unity crashed. So let's just fix this in a different point of view. I I thought of not touching the jetpack. Instead, we would use the jetpack from the player. So as I created the jetpack position, I just added a cube to that, and I removed the mesh renderer. I just set the box collider attached to it as a trigger, and then this would actually trigger this FSM, and it would say trigger event on enter. Let's just say I'll add a simple tag, and then I'll just say jet in this. So this would say jet, and I'll just set this to jet, and this to jet as well, because this has the box collider, and remove that as a trigger for the player to recognize it. So on trigger enter jet, we would send an event which would be finished, and here we get the parent, and I would store it as parent, and I'll just say get position, I guess. Okay, so we get the position, and we get the position of the parent. So we'll go to specify game object and then hit this and go to parent, and we will get the vector and store it as plus, something like that, and we will just say cell space, and now we'll hit every frame, I guess. Yeah, now we should actually create, or just say, yeah, here we should store this collider, which would be the jetpack. So this is going to be jet, and then I'll just set position of the jetpack to this position. So in the cell space, of course, that's pretty much it, I guess. So once we will run across the jet, it should snap back, and this should actually have a rotation of -90, so we should consider that as well. Set rotation, and that would be -90 in the y-axis, and that would be for the jet. So let's save and hit play. Let's see what we have. Okay, yeah, that would be a problem. Yeah, so let's just make this not a trigger, and then we'll make this a trigger, and then we would send this state to which would Yeah, so that can be one of the ways. So I'll just go to cube and say the same thing, trigger event player, and I'll set this to player as well. Send event, let's just say finished, and then I'll just store the collider, which would be the cube, and then in the second state it would do the same thing here, except we would get the parent of the cube and then store that as a parent, and then get the position of the parent as a vector, and set the position of the, okay, I'll just get parent owner jet, and then set position of the jet to the vector position, and the same goes for that as well. So ouch, yeah. So now let's just hit play and let's try what would happen. Nope, we didn't do it. Yeah, because we did not enable FSM of the parent, and then it's called FSM disable set parent, use the parent, sorry, jet to the parent. So now if I hit play, actually that should, shit, okay, let's just try. Enable FSM missing component, FSM parent, and the parent is this. Specify game object, okay, that's the jet instead of the parent. Ouch, did I just, okay, there we go. So enable FSM, it would say jet, and this would actually go over there, I guess, yeah. And now if I hit play, it should probably be working. It is working, but the position is not quite right, as you can see. Okay, that's a big mistake. Jetpack position is somewhere there. Okay, let's go back to this. maybe we should actually set these basic transform positions to the jetpack. So if I just do a move towards to for the specify game object jet to the target object, and if I hit play, it should snap back. Yeah, there we go. But we have a simple error, and that is this. That should do the work. And now everything should work fine. And there we go. Except the scale of the player is, the jetpack is pretty weird. We can fix that. We can just set the scale as it is. If I make these 1 1, okay, that was not the problem. Maybe this was the problem? No. Or this? Yeah, this was the problem. The Z scale was messed up. So let's just see set scale, I guess, and set scale of the jet would be 0.6 and 0.3 on the X. Zero 0.3 here and 0.6 in here. I'll just update it every frame and it should work fine. That should not be weird to look. And there we have it, but something is still wrong with the player. 0.3 is good. Okay, maybe 111 is good. I should have let that. Let's try to do that. And there we have it. So we have our jetpack right there. So once we have our jetpack, we should be able to fly, and that is going to happen if we actually set a bool value, and this bool value is going to be jet is active, and that is going to be true. So now we'll be having the player to jump, jet. Okay, maybe we're we should delete this, yeah, bool test, and it would see if jet is active. It would go to jet, and this would basically add force, I guess. On the y-axis, let's just say 10 every frame, and we should be able to okay, let's just remove that and let's go to constant force, and this is going to be what we should actually do. We'll just go to here and set property enabled, and this is going to be 9.8, I guess, store bool, and this is going to be active, and active is going to be set as true, and that's it, I guess. Yeah, let's just test this out and see whether the camera reacts to this. Okay, there was an error. Where is that? Is that some kind of crash? Why did it give me the scene view? Constant force for the player. Maybe that was not working fine. Something is wrong with this. It's a rigid body, it should kind of... Okay. Okay, let's just see what would happen if I just use a translate instead of this. Set property constant force, translate, and then I would say y something like 5. Let's just see what 5 would look like. Yes, 5 is good. So not every frame, but it would just translate and stay there. Let's just see what would happen to that. Yeah, you can see that. We should also translate after deactivating the basic gravity. So physics, gravity, use gravity off, and then translate, and then I would just do a translate again, and I would say play main. Yeah, Otherwise I would just use a player main translate instead of only the player. There we go. We have a working jetpack and we are traveling. That is pretty good. It is cool. Doesn't look like something weird. Okay, if I just snap this over here and go to game view, you can see that that is pretty amazing. The only thing that is missing is the particle effects and all the environment around it, so that is pretty good. And we should kind of deactivate this after a particular time, and that would be done here, right here. So active, so wait is the call. So this time here is let's say jetpack time underscore time. So this is the time that we can control, you know, upgrade it in the shop and all. So this is real time. So this would be something like 3 seconds as well. And then it would destroy the parent, destroy object, and that would be the parent. And let's see what would happen in 3 seconds. So if I play 1, 2, 3, and we deactivated the basic jetpack, but that should result in the player, you know, going down. So that can be done by going here and set bool value, and that is jet is active as false. So apply it and then go back to player main or player and then bool test, and then we'll just test if the jet is active, and then if it is false, then we would finish it and deactivate it. So use gravity is true after that, and that's it. So, and we would just translate the player main by -5, and then use gravity, something like that. So let's just save and hit play, and then it should work after the 3 seconds. Okay, that was the main problem. That's sarcastic. I'll just add a new state and say yeah, there we go. One, two, three, And there we go. So this is perfectly working fine. Now we have made our jetpack. Okay, apply, and then apply for the player as well, so that we can have all these coming up. So I'll just duplicate this and put it somewhere like this, so that we can see how it would react to the second jetpack. So it's 1, 2, 3, and we are back in the ground, and that's a cool camera effect, and we should wait for and there we go. That's cool. So this is the final power up that we should talk about, and about the multiplier power up for the coins. You can just you know, add a float, and then float multiply into the integer that we created. So that is going to be something like it would multiply coins into the multiplier and then add it to the total score. So that is just math. So these were the main power-ups: the coins, the magnets, and the jetpacks. So we are done with the power-up stage of our game. So this is a long video, I guess, so I'll just see you in my next video. So this is we completing the Infinite Runner series, and actually this is kind of I'm not directly giving you the game, because you need to discover what exactly the game is, right? So using the elements that you have learned during these episodes, you can combine them. These are something like puzzle pieces. You can combine them and make a complete game using your own, you know, kind of touch. So that's what I recommend. If you want to actually me to make a full game, then that is going to be weird. You may not like it. So that's my suggestion. So we are done with the series. If I get any requests to do other concepts in this Infinite Runner series, I'll be doing that in my next episode. Until then, this part is closed. We are done with making all the power-ups, and the remaining thing is just the environment and making the different templates that the player would actually want to step on. So those are the different kinds of things you can play with. So I'll be here. I'll be waiting for your response on this. So see you in the next series. This is Crossfire signing out.